representatives from the 32 clubs involved in tonight's group stage draw.
That's right, we have an exciting draw ahead. In addition, we'll also be presenting some very prestigious awards on this stage, culminating in the crowning of both the women's and men's Player of the Year, Reshma.
Yes, indeed, but more on those awards a little bit later. First, we take a look back at some of the highlights of what was a truly thrilling season of Champions League football.
It was indeed. It was a campaign characterized by record-breaking number of goals, and when the dust settled in Kiev, there was a familiar winner left standing. And you know, I still get chills. Some of those amazing moments from last season, so many magical times from that
roller
campaign.
coaster of emotions. I really enjoyed last season.
Yeah, and Real Madrid making history with their third Champions League trophy in a row. Huge congratulations to them. Now it's time for our first award this evening. The President's Award recognizes a former player for outstanding achievements on and off the football field. Previous winners include Sir Bobby Charlton, Eusebio, Johan Cruyff, Francesco Totti, who picked up the award here last year.
Esteemed company indeed, and I like how you mentioned the Portuguese Eusebio.
Of
course, representing his countrymen. Now, to present the award to tonight's recipient, please welcome the UEFA President, Alexander Chaperin.
President, UEFA announced last week, and you announced that you had chosen to give this year's President's Award to David Beckham. Why did you choose him for this honor?
Pedro, we all followed David's career, and we all know he was a fantastic ball player. We know that he changed football image-wise, but it's much more than that. He uses the power of football to help the disadvantaged children all around the world. So for me, he was the obvious and the most logical chance for that award.
Thank you, President.
Absolutely. But before we welcome David onto the stage, we feel it's only right to have a little reminder of some of his many career highlights.
Beckham! That's absolutely brilliant.
David Beckham is that man.
Monsieur David Beckham, Sir David Beckham.
And please welcome on stage the President's Award winner 2018, David Beckham.
Hello. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
In your career, David, well done on the award tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank
the
you very
UEFA
much.
President's Award winner for 2018, David Beckham, UEFA President Alexander Čeferin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later. Very special congratulations then to David. Well, we're in fact heading back to a city that David will have very fond memories of when Madrid hosts next season's Champions League final. This time it's Atletico, though, who will welcome the world to their stunning new home, the spectacular 68,000-seater Metropolitano Stadium on the 1st of June.
And Reshman, the road to Madrid starts here tonight as our 32 teams find out who they'll be facing in the group stages. To help us make today's draw, we've reunited a pair of former Madrid rivals, an iconic Atleti striker and the Brazilian who dazzled for Los Blancos. Please welcome Diego Forlan and Kaká.
How are you?
Pleasure.
Lovely to meet
How are
you.
you?
We make noises on the
Sound
microphone.
effects on the kiss. Why not?
Lovely to see you. Why not?
There we go.
Maybe we shouldn't do the kissing, right?
Diego, I'll start with you. We talked about Madrid hosting this season's Champions League final. How important is it for a club like Atletico to receive such an occasion?
Well, it's great. You know, this is the best competitions for clubs, and you know, having the opportunity to play at home, you know, in the great stadium like the Wanda Metropolitano, it's great. You know, for the fans, for the club has been doing really well these couple of years. So it's a great place, a great city to visit, to go. For the fans, for the clubs who have the opportunity to be in that final, would be really good.
Yeah, it will be an incredible fun. It is indeed an incredible city. Kaká, you spent 4 seasons at Real Madrid. What have you made of your former club's incredible success, the historic achievements that they've done in this competition?
Well, good evening, everybody. I think it's how this club has been building. So the values, the players, the directors, the presidents. So everybody is putting together the effort to build one of the best clubs for sure in the world. And if there is any club that can win 4 Champions League in a row, of course, it's Real Madrid.
Now, we've got a former Los Blancos star, former Colchonero. Surely you've been talking about those matches that you had against each other backstage. How intense were those derbis in Madrid?
Well, there was always difficult, more difficult for us. It was a good team playing. We always like to play away in Bernabeu more than in Calderón in that moment, but always playing against Real Madrid was difficult. And we play also together against Brazil, so it's always hard to play against this guy.
Enrique, how was it for you?
Yeah, it was nice and fun because it's a very good derby. So every time that we could play against Atletico and have this feeling in the city and the atmosphere in this game was really nice. And as he said, the Brazil against Uruguay was the same because this is this big rivalry between Brazil and Uruguay. Of course, we are friends, but on the field, we fight for a win.
Fantastic. Well, lovely to hear from you both. You're, of course, helping us with the draw today. So if you could take your place at the table, we'll look forward to you getting to work later on. Do you know where you're going?
Yes.
I think, Diego, you're here.
Please.
And Kaká, you're over there. Please give a big round of applause for Diego Forlán and Kaká.
Definitely deserve it. Now, throughout the evening, we'll be handing out awards for last Champions League season's best goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and forward as well.
That's right. These awards are voted for by the coaches of the 32 group stage clubs, along with 55 football journalists selected by the European Sports Media Group.
So let's begin. What you say?
I think so.
Let's do it. Let's begin with the goalkeeper of the season, which goes to a Costa Rica international who certainly played his part in Real's third consecutive Champions League crown.
Great highlights. So please welcome onto the stage the UEFA Champions League goalkeeper of the season, Keylor Navas. Enhorabuena, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, hola, buenas.
Bienvenido.
Gracias.
Enhorabuena.
Para ti.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Keylor, has sido el primer jugador de Costa Rica a jugar en la Champions. ¿Te sientes un embajador de tu país por todo lo que has hecho?
Bueno, me siento muy agradecido con Dios por esta oportunidad que me ha dado. Me siento muy orgulloso de ser costarricense y de poder jugar la Champions League y poder dejar el nombre de Costa Rica y del Real Madrid en lo más alto posible. Entonces, yo creo que para mí más que orgullo es un privilegio poder formar parte de este grupo tan selecto.
Y tú eres el responsable de parar los goles, pero háblame de la importancia de la comunicación y relación con la defensa, con Sergio, Marcelo, Dani y Rafael.
Bueno, para mí ellos son sumamente importantes. Yo creo que aparte de tener una muy buena relación dentro de la cancha, en la cual tenemos que comunicarnos súper bien, fuera de la cancha también son como mi familia en el fútbol, entonces siempre voy a estar sumamente agradecido con ellos, igual que con todos mis compañeros, pero ellos que están ahí de cerca, que viven conmigo esa intensidad de que no nos hagan goles, yo creo que esto también es gracias a ellos.
Es fantástico tenerte aquí con nosotros esta noche. Ladies and gentlemen, the UEFA Champions League goalkeeper of the season, Keylor Navas.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias. Ya, nos vemos. Congratulations once again to Keylor. Okay, it's time to get down to business. It's what you're all here for. It's what everyone's waiting for. It's time to begin the UEFA Champions League group stage draw. And for Pedro and myself to do what we do best is make way for everyone else. It's time to make way for the draw experts this time. So please welcome them as they join us on stage, the UEFA Deputy General Secretary Giorgio Marchetti and Michael Heschelschwert, the head of club competitions at UEFA. Good evening, gentlemen. Lovely to have you both with us. Giorgio, you take the floor.
Thank you, Rashmin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the draw ceremony for the 2018-2019 UEFA Champions League group stage. Firstly, I would like to offer my congratulations to the 32 teams who have qualified for the world's most prestigious club competition, and will be dreaming of lifting this illustrious trophy on the 1st of June of next year. The road to Madrid starts today, and over the coming months, we will all be looking forward to some enthralling action on the pitch, as the top clubs from across the continent go head-to-head. However, before we get to the draw, and to be ready for that, please take a quick look at the technical procedure.
The 32 teams have been allocated to 4 pots in accordance with the following principles. Pot 1 will comprise the UEFA Champions League title holder, Real Madrid, and the UEFA Europa League title holder, Club Atlético de Madrid, as well as the domestic champions of the 6 top-ranked associations in the access list. The remaining 24 teams have been divided into 3 pots, based on their position in the UEFA Club Coefficient ranking. Since the same number of UEFA Champions League matches are played on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, the groups are divided in 2 colours, red for groups A to D and blue for groups E to H. The red groups will play on one match night and the blue groups will play on the other. This will alternate from match day to match day. For TV coverage reasons, every 2 teams from one country are paired in order to be split in red and blue groups. Please also note that based on a decision taken by the UEFA Executive Committee, teams from Russia and Ukraine shall not be drawn in the same group. The Champions League and Europa League title holders, as well as the domestic champions of Pot 1, will be drawn first. A ball will be drawn at random and open to display the name. The computer will then show which groups are available for this club, in accordance with the established principles such as country protection and TV pairings. A draw is then made to determine which of these available groups the club is assigned to. It must be noted that the number of options available to a team depends not only on the team's own attributes, for example winter venue, and those of the teams already drawn, but also on the attributes of the other teams still to be drawn. This is due to the computer calculations needed to anticipate all possible scenarios and to prevent any deadlock situation. Once the first 8 teams of Pot 1 have been allocated, the same procedure will apply for the Pots 2, 3 and 4 to complete the groups. Once the draw procedure has been completed, a computer draw will determine the final position of all clubs within the 8 groups, as the position in the group determines the match schedule. In this respect, the computer will ensure that stadium clashes and winter venues are taken into account. The match calendar will be released 2 hours after the draw ceremony.
And we do hope everybody's memorized that, of course.
Of course.
Good stuff. Okay, let's take a look at the teams in Pot 1, which combine for a grand total of 25 European Cup trophies. 13 of them belong to Real Madrid, 5-time winners Barcelona, also 5 titles for Bayern Munich and 2 for Juventus. Those are just some of the stats, but the stat man is Giorgio Marchetti, so I'll give you the floor.
Thank you, Pedro. Yeah, it's always an emotion to start another Champions League with this impressive lineup. As a matter of fact, we have 47 titles together in this competition and spread all over the 4 pots. So we start with Pot 1. I shuffle. This is not a difficult job because all the groups are empty. So Ricky, it's up to you. Tell us which is the first team to go into the first group.
And the first team to be drawn for the 2018-19 season is?
Paris Saint-Germain.
It's the French champion of Paris Saint-Germain. And obviously, it's the first team, so they can go into any of the 8 groups, A to H, whether they are red or blue, doesn't matter. And we'll see Paris Saint-Germain with their 3 kings in front to chase the title after having been semi-finalists in 1995. Now Diego will tell us in a second which is the group of Paris Saint-Germain.
Group C.
C. So we start with Group C and with Paris Saint-Germain. Ricky, another team, please. For the second group.
Real Madrid.
So, and here we are with the title holders, repeated title holders, Real Madrid. And Real Madrid can go into all the 7 groups, not including Group C, of course, which is taken by Paris Saint-Germain. How many things can be said about Real Madrid? Too many?
Too many
The only
records in this competition.
Winning 3 times in a row the Champions League, and with the record of participations in the European Cup, 49 in total.
Group G.
G. So Group G is the group of Real Madrid, and with this we are ready for another team and another group. So after Paris Saint-Germain and the title holders of Real Madrid,
FC Bayern München.
it's another name of the European aristocracy, 5 titles, Bayern München. And for Bayern, the groups available are the 6 remaining groups, A, B, D, E, F, and H. So Bayern, with their 5 titles in the competition, and the teams, which is second only to Real Madrid for matches played and goals scored.
Exactly.
In the UEFA Champions League and the Champions Cup.
Their last title coming in 2013.
Yes, exactly. A German derby.
It was a German derby in Wembley.
Exactly.
Group E.
E. So Bayern München are taking their place in the group E, and another team is ready to be drawn to captain another group.
FC Barcelona.
FC Barcelona, another 5 titles here, so we are adding titles to titles. So for Barcelona, only 3 of the groups are available for the pairing reasons, and the groups are A, B, or D in the red part of the table. So one of these 3 groups will accommodate FC Barcelona.
Group B.
B. So Barcelona is the team for Group B. We are halfway through Pot 1 and another team. So it's interesting to see that Barcelona have won their group phase in the last 11 years, consecutive years. The only team which has achieved this.
Club Atlético de Madrid.
And now Club Atlético de Madrid. For Atlético de Madrid, the possible groups are A, D, F, and H. So almost ready.
Let's check.
It will be a bit emotional for Diego.
Yeah, Diego picks for Atleti.
Atletico de Madrid actually have an interesting record because in the last 9 years they have played 5 European finals, combining Champions League and Europa League, and 3 Super Cups. So no one else has been able to achieve this.
And Atletico de Madrid go to?
Group A.
A, the first group in alphabetical order is the group of Atletico de Madrid. So 3 teams are left in the pot. And we're ready to see where they're going to be. 3 domestic champions.
Juventus.
Starting with Juventus, 7 times in a row winners of the Italian Serie A. And Juventus can be drawn into D, F, or H. 3 groups. the F or H for Juventus. Let's see.
Group H.
H. So, from the first to the last group, and the Juventus is the team of Group H. Now, only two teams are left, Manchester City and Lokomotiv Moscow. One of them will be drawn first.
Manchester City.
Manchester City, the champions of England, Group D or Group F, we have to draw.
Record-breaking season for Manchester City last year.
Yes.
With points, with goals. Pep Guardiola's side really
Great
dominating
season
the Premier
for
League.
Pep Guardiola and this squad, no doubt. They were.
It's their 8th straight appearance in the Champions League as well.
Yes.
Group F.
F. So F is the group of Manchester City. So only one team is left. We know which team, but Ricky has to show us the name on the paper.
Don't do the draw now, because they get out of the paper.
Lokomotiv Moscow.
The team is Lokomotiv Moscow, the champions of Russia, and the champions of Russia will play the UEFA Champions League group phase in Group D. The last group. With this, we have completed pot 1.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, so now we have our first teams in their groups. The draw will continue shortly, but before that, it's time to present the award for the UEFA Champions League Defender of the Season. This accolade goes to another member of that record-breaking Real Madrid side, a man who was at the heart of the action as he captained his team to a third successive Champions League victory.
Another amazing campaign for the captain of Los Blancos. Please welcome UEFA Champions League Defender of the Season, Sergio Ramos. Buenas tardes.
Buenas noches.
Enhorabuena. Sergio, estuvimos en el mismo lugar el año pasado, hablando de la posibilidad de ganar 3 consecutivas. ¿Cómo se siente como el capitán, ser el capitán de un grupo de jugadores que se van a quedar leyendas para historia, para siempre?
La verdad que, como dices, ser capitán, pues siempre, después de tantísimos años en el club, pues es un privilegio muy grande y sobre todo una responsabilidad, intentar liderar un grandísimo grupo con culturas muy distintas de jugadores, pero como recalcó antes mi compañero Keilo, yo creo que por encima de ser compañeros, lo importante es ser un equipo y ser prácticamente una familia. Siempre nos hemos sentido así y yo creo que esa es una clave del éxito. La hemos sabido mantener y ojalá nos dure mucho porque es una época dorada, ¿no? de jugadores pues, que van a marcar y van a quedar como leyenda y ojalá podamos disfrutar muchísimos años de poder celebrar este tipo de título, que es una alegría muy, muy grande.
Sí, era una temporada increíble. Bueno, Kaká ya lo dijo, 4 consecutivas. ¿Lo fijamos aquí?
Hombre, yo creo que por encima de todo siempre hay que creer, ¿no? Y independientemente después del esfuerzo, la dedicación que hay que dedicarle día tras día, pues por encima de todo yo creo que tenemos un grandísimo equipo con jugadores jóvenes, jugadores también un poquito más veteranos y entre todos hacemos una fusión perfecta y ojalá nos dure mucho y como no, hay que intentarlo, hay que volver a defender esa grandísima Champions que nos encanta disputarla y que venga otro equipo a intentar pues reivindicando el título, ¿no?
Lo veo, veteranos, los equipos, pero... Están mirándolo.
No la lleves, no la lleves.
No, de momento no, pero muchas gracias, un placer.
No, vamos a ver qué pasa esta temporada. Entonces, Hablamos aquí, pero vamos a ver. Ladies and gentlemen, the UEFA Champions League defender of the season, once again, Sergio Ramos. Enhorabuena.
Gracias. All right, let's get back to the draw, Reshman. Find out who the next teams are to come out. We've got pot 2, which includes Borussia Dortmund, for example, also Manchester United, and many teams who are usual contenders in the world's top club competition. And Giorgio, that's your cue to go on with the draw.
Yes, and now, Ricky, Diego, your job is less easy than before because you now decide who play against whom. So the balls are getting hot, and for the avoidance of doubt, they are all hot the same, and no cold balls here. Please. You will confirm that there are no cold balls after the draw.
FC Porto.
FC Porto. So FC Porto, all the groups are open for FC Porto. No exclusion. So let's see where this club, which is a regular participant in the UEFA Champions League, 23 times since the inception of the UEFA Champions League, the same as Real Madrid and Barcelona, and 2 times winners of the European Cup in their glorious past.
Let's see who they get.
Yeah. So Diego is almost ready if he manages to open the ball.
He's just adding to the drama.
Which is the group which will feature FC Porto.
Group D.
Group D. So in Group D, Porto will play against FC Lokomotiv Moscow, the champions of Russia. So from far west to far east. It will be a long travel between the two.
This is where we start to hear the reactions in the audience as well.
Yes.
Roma.
Roma. AS Roma. Roma can go into 6 of the groups, A, B, C, E, F, and G. So with Roma, we have the second team of this pot number 2, the semi-finalists of last year, with 5 clean sheets in their first 5 matches played at the Estadio Olimpico. They will try to do better than last year. Won't be easy, I guess. But for sure they will try.
Group G.
G. So Roma goes into Group G, and in Group G, it won't be easy at all against the champions of Europe, of Real Madrid, 13 times winners of the trophy. Interesting.
But already some great games shaping up. We'll have many more.
Yes.
Manchester United.
So another multiple former winner of the trophy, Manchester United. Only 2 of our groups in the blue part are possible for Manchester United. That's Group E or Group H. Group E or Group H.
Please lose the line.
So for Man United, won a total of 150 matches in the European Champions Cup. Only Real
Group
Madrid,
H.
Barcelona and Bayern did better. And this Group H means that Manchester United will play against Juventus. So Juventus and Manchester United is another very attractive fixture, for sure.
For sure in Turin.
Both matches in Torino and in Manchester. So the fans will enjoy great football.
Borussia Dortmund.
And Borussia Dortmund now. Borussia can be drawn into A, B, or C. Borussia Dortmund, A, B, or C for them. Former winners in 1997. And in a second, we'll discover which is the group.
Group A.
A. So Group A for Borussia Dortmund will take Borussia Dortmund to Madrid, to the Metropolitano Stadium, to experience what is the atmosphere of the stadium, which will host the final on the 1st of June of next year. I guess they would like to travel twice to the Metropolitano.
That's correct. Make it there for the final, too.
FC Shakhtar Donetsk.
FC Shakhtar Donetsk from Ukraine, the champions of Ukraine. They can be allocated to Group E or Group F. Group E or Group F for Shakhtar Donetsk. And for the champions of Ukraine,
Group F.
Group F together with Manchester City. So Shakhtar and Manchester City in Group F. We have 3 teams left in the pot. It's Benfica, Napoli and Tottenham Hotspur.
Benfica.
And we start with Benfica. Benfica has only one possibility, that's Group E, which means that we are not going to draw their group, but the team is allocated to Group E together with FC Bayern München. Please, Ricky. So Benfica, winners of a playoff, tight playoff against PAOK.
Napoli.
And now the turn of Carlo Ancelotti's new team, Napoli. Napoli B or C. We will draw them in one of the two. And we can expect another great challenge.
They'll get Barcelona or PSG, correct?
Group C.
Group C means that Napoli will play against Paris Saint-Germain.
Nice one.
And finally, to complete, one team is left.
Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspur, the Spurs, will go into Group B to play in Barcelona against FC Barcelona.
And Giorgio, they don't call it the world's best club competition for nothing. Some fantastic games already to look forward to. We're halfway through, 16 teams more to draw. Before we continue with that, let's present the award for the UEFA Champions League Midfielder of the season. The trophy goes to a man who had simply the year of his life.
The UEFA Champions League midfielder of the season is indeed the man who had the season of his life, Luka Modric.
Luka, congratulations.
For you, Luka.
Thank you. Another unbelievable season. Talking about the group of players at Real Madrid that have been able to win this hat trick of trophies, what makes this group so special, in your opinion?
No, first of all, I think it seems unreal that what we are achieving. It's not easy, but I think team, among the other things that this team possessed, is like character, like quality, togetherness that we have. But without all this quality that we have, without being a team, without being a family, it would be very difficult to achieve this, what we are doing.
And putting you on the spot, 4 in a row, yes or no?
We'll see. We will try like always. Real Madrid likes to play Champions League. This is competition of Real Madrid, and we'll give our best like always. It's going to be difficult. Each year is more difficult because all teams want to beat us, but we will try. We will try like always, and hopefully we can repeat it.
Luka, congratulations once again. Another fantastic campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, the UEFA Champions League midfielder of the season, Luka Modric.
Congratulations once again to Luka. Okay, time to get back to the draw. Let's take a look at the teams then in Pot 3. They include last year's finalists, the 5-time winners Liverpool. There's also a welcome return to the competition for Valencia and 2 Dutch teams, PSV Eindhoven and Ajax, 4-time winners. Giorgio, back to you.
Thank you, Rajmin. So, Pot 3, another 10 titles here in play. If you see that you have 10 titles in Pot 3, it means that really the quality, and that's
phenomenal.
Incredible.
Olympique Lyon.
Well, l'Olympique Lyonnais, the first team drawn, and they must be allocated to the blue part of the table, E, F, G, or H, which are the 4 balls which are being now put in the pot. So let's see which is the group of Olympique Lyonnais.
Group F.
Group F. So Manchester City, Shakhtar Donetsk, Olympique Lyonnais, who have the best achievement is the semi-final they played in 2010 against Bayern.
CSKA Moscow.
And now it's the turn of CSKA Moscow, also to be allocated to the blue part of the table, and the groups are E, G, or H. CSKA Moscow back to Champions League. Quarterfinals are their best achievement in 2010 as well.
They won the UEFA Cup as well?
Yes, in 2005.
In Lisbon, remember that well.
Group G.
Group G. Group G is the group of CSKA Moscow, where they will have to climb the mountains of Real Madrid and Roma. So with this, we can proceed now for another go, another group and another team.
FC Schalke.
So now to Germany, Schalke 04, and Schalke can only feature in the red part, B, C, or D. So groups B, C, or D for Schalke. Semi-finalists of 2011 against Manchester United.
Group D.
Group D. So Group D means that Schalke will play their Champions League against Lokomotiv Moscow and FC Porto. Vicky, please tell us which is the next team to be drawn.
Valencia.
Valencia CF. They can go into groups E or H. For Valencia, which played 2 finals in 2000 and 2001, so actually the first experience in Champions League, they went up to the final, and the following season again, under the leadership of Hector Cooper.
Iconic players like Mendieta, Piojo Lopez.
Group H.
Group H, so Valencia will play against Juventus and Manchester United in the Group H. Please, next team. 4 are left in this pot.
PSV Eindhoven.
And we start from PSV Eindhoven, fresh from their playoff against Bate Borisov. They can be allocated into the 4 groups. There is no particular condition here. The groups are A, B, C, or E. For this club.
Coming through the playoffs.
Yes, after defeating Bate Borisov with 1 title in their showcase, the trophy of 1988.
Group B.
Group B. So B means that Eindhoven will face Barcelona and Tottenham Hotspur. Not easy, for sure.
Got 3 teams left now in pot 3.
Yes, 3 teams left in pot 3.
IFC Ajax.
AFC Ajax, and for Ajax we don't have a draw because they can only be accommodated in the Group E. Group E means that Ajax will play Bayern München and Benfica in the group stage. So we have 2 teams and 2 groups. So the groups which are still open are Group A and Group C.
We've got 11 titles in that group, Giorgio.
Yes.
With Bayern, Benfica, and Ajax.
AS Monaco.
AS Monaco, our host of today, and Monaco can be drawn, can be allocated to Group A. Monaco, so 1 team, please show us the name of this team. Wow. Wow, we're going to have another interesting group.
Liverpool FC.
So Liverpool, the runners-up, Liverpool will play against Paris Saint-Germain and Napoli in Group C to complete pot number 3.
Okay, incredibly exciting ties coming up already. Of course, just 8 teams remain. We will be finding out who they'll face in just a moment. But first, it is time to reveal the UEFA Champions League Forward of the Season. This award goes to a player who was the competition's highest goal scorer for the 6th year in a row. And he also scored the UEFA.com Goal of the Season. Okay, well, as you saw there, the UEFA Champions League Forward of the Season is Cristiano Ronaldo. Unfortunately, Cristiano can't be with us this evening, but we will, of course, make sure he gets his award to add to his ever-growing collection.
Of course we will. Now, congratulations, of course, to Ronaldo for another trophy. Time now to conclude the draw, and it's back to Giorgio as we look at the teams in pot 4. They include the 2010 winners Internazionale and a group stage debut for Hoffenheim, the German side making their first appearance in the group stage.
Yes, so we have an exciting pot 4 with teams from the top-ranked associations, and now this is really very important because with this we know everything about the group stage. So your hands are very precious. Please. First group to be completed.
(1899) Hoffenheim.
Hoffenheim, first experience in the UEFA group stage, Champions League group stage, and Hoffenheim must be allocated to the blue part, and the groups which are available are F, G, and H. A bit of suspense. Diego, do a good job.
Group F.
F. So the first group completed is Group F, and we will see Manchester City, Shakhtar Donetsk, Olympique Lyonnais, and Hoffenheim. Second group to be concluded with a team from pot 4, and the team is
Galatasaray.
The teams are the Turkish champions of Galatasaray. And we have all the groups are possible here for Galatasaray, from A to H, to the exclusion of Group F, which has been taken already by Hoffenheim. So let's see where the semi-finalists of 1989 are going to play. The only team from Turkey actually having reached the semi-final of our competition.
And won the UEFA Cup as well, with that great team with George
2000,
Hagi.
yes, in 2000 against Arsenal.
Group D.
D. So D, Galatasaray goes to complete Group D with Lokomotiv Moscow, Porto, Schalke. The next team is
Young Boys.
So BSA Young Boys, the champions of Switzerland. Also in this case, we can allocate them to any of the open groups, which means groups A, B, C, E, G, or H. So for Young Boys, back to UEFA Champions League after some years. Their best result was achieved a long time ago in 1959, where they played the semi-final of the European Champions Cup.
They also qualified this week.
Yes, through the playoffs, yeah.
Group H.
H. So, Young Boys together with Juventus, Manchester United and Valencia for our Group H. Another 5 groups are open, waiting for the team which will take position number 4.
Quite a welcome back for Young Boys.
Yes.
Facing
And
Juve,
we start
United
now
and
with
Valencia.
FK Red Star.
So the Red Star Belgrade or Crvena Zvezda. No conditions for Crvena Zvezda, which means that the 5 groups which are not completed yet, A, B, C, E, or G, are available to host Crvena Zvezda, which is a former winner of the UEFA trophy in 1999, and the only Serbian club which has achieved this important title. And the group is?
Group C.
C. So Crvena Zvezda together with Paris Saint-Germain, Napoli, Liverpool. For Group C, we're halfway through the pod number 4. And we have some interesting teams left.
Club Brugge.
Club Brugge, A, B, E, or G, all are possible for Bruges. Bruges were the finalists in 1978, the only team from Belgium which has reached the final of this fantastic competition so far. So Bruges goes into Group
A.
Group A means Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, AS Monaco, and Club Brugge. 3 teams are left. And 3 groups are still open, B, E, and G.
FC Victoria Pilsen.
So Victoria Pilsen, the champions of the Czech Republic, can go in 2 of the 3 groups, and the possibilities are E or G. So only 2 of the 3 are possible. Let's see which of the 2, E or G.
Group G.
Group G. Group G, Real Madrid, Roma, CSKA Moscow, and Victoria Pilsen. The last 2 teams in the pot.
FC Internazionale.
Inter. So Inter Milano. And for Inter, we have only one possibility, that's Group B. Inter will play against Barcelona, Tottenham Hotspur, and PSV Eindhoven. And here we go with the last team. So this is another tough group, I would say.
Oh, yes.
Very much so.
Very tight, very difficult. One team to complete this draw.
AEK Athens.
AEK Athens, yes, it is AEK Athens, the Greek champions, and AEK Athens will complete the Group E together with Bayern München, Benfica, and AFC Ajax.
All right, so we've got our lineup complete. Let's go through all 8 groups very quickly. In Group A, we've got Atletico de Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, AS Monaco, and Club Brugge. In B, it's Barcelona, Tottenham, PSV Eindhoven, and Inter.
In Group C, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, Napoli, Liverpool, and Crvena Zvezda, which is also Red Star Belgrade, of course.
Well done on that.
Thank you, I tried. Group D, Lokomotiv Moscow, Porto, Schalke, and Galatasaray.
It's Bayern Munich, Benfica, Ajax, and AEK Athens in Group E, while in F, Manchester City, Shakhtar Donetsk, Olympique Lyonnais, and Hoffenheim.
In Group G, the current holders Real Madrid, AS Roma, CSKA Moscow, and Victoria Pilsen. And completing the draw in Group H, it's Juventus against Manchester United, Valencia, and Young Boys.
Some mouth-watering ties to look forward to, no doubt. For now, I'd like to thank all 4 gentlemen for your skillful handling of proceedings. Michael, Giorgio, Ricky, Diego, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen.